Today I'm flying from Singapore to Sydney with Qantas. Or am I? Am I actually flying Finnair? I'm not 100% sure. Let me explain. Just over 5 months ago in May, Qantas announced that they would be leasing 2 A330s from Finnair for the next 5 years.
$900 dues!
For the first 2.5 years, these planes will be operated by Finnair pilots and crew, and then they'll switch over to being Qantas pilots and crew for the remaining 2.5 years. This makes a lot of sense for Finnair. They've been massively impacted by the Russia-Ukraine war and subsequent closure of Russian airspace to EU nations. They not only operated a bunch of flights to Russia, their Asian flights flew through Russian airspace, and rerouting to avoid Russia rendered many of these Asian routes financially unviable.
So they're one of the few airlines in the world that have spare aircraft that they can't be utilising on the markets.
I'm not sure if this makes quite as much sense for Qantas. They are literally in the process right now of converting 2 of their A330s into freighters. I mean, you could have just bought new freighters instead of leasing these Finnair jets, but maybe this is just the case of helping out a mate who's going through a bit of a rough patch, or something more complicated. Either way, thanks to the XL Wizards in Mascot, we get to experience a very different and potentially better Qantas Finnair service. These planes will initially be used for flights between Singapore and Sydney, before operating all flights between Bangkok and Sydney from March 2024. These flights will have Qantas catering, amenities, and in-flight entertainment. I'm very interested to see how the in-flight entertainment works. Does the Qantas UI get copied over to the Finnair screen? I don't know. Anyway, it's the 29th of October. I'm in Singapore, and the first Finnair for Qantas flight is tonight, so let's go see what this is all about. Alright, let's go get checked in for this interesting flight. We got dropped off right in the right spot, so that's always nice. For those who haven't experienced it before, early evenings at Singapore are pretty much Qantas rush hour. Between 7:15 and 8:15, there's 1 flight to Perth, 1 to Brisbane, 1 to Melbourne, and 2 to Sydney. This meant that there was a bit of a queue for check-in, even in business class, but I was through and done in about 10 minutes. I'm flying business class today, and so at check-in I was informed that I have access to the Qantas Business Lounge. Due to One World Alliance rules, you can actually access 3 lounges in this terminal on a business class ticket. I realize this is primarily a video on the whole Finnair Qantas thing, but me being me, I had to go quickly check them all out. Let's start with the Qantas Lounge. I had pretty low expectations after visiting both of the Melbourne and Sydney lounges, but this place is significantly better. There's a ton of really good food choices, especially if you're into salads and fresh fruit. I was particularly interested in these after a week in Japan filled with pretty much rice and fish. This lettuce salad was ridiculously good. Don't yuck my yum. This place is huge, but also incredibly busy. They've done a good job to cater for the 5 flights leaving within the hour. There's more than enough seating. It's just not very private or particularly quiet. Anyway, on to the next one. Qantas Lounge is just there. And then here's the British Airways Lounge, which you also get access to. Let's go check out that one. It's significantly quieter in here. The Qantas one is so packed. Generally the food here isn't quite as good, but they have chicken satay, so that kind of like blows that out of the park for me personally. Like I like salad and fruit, but I like chicken satay more, so yeah, also random. I've got chips or crisps. I only ended up spending about 10 minutes in the British Airways Lounge. Again, it's very nice and quiet, but the food is incredibly bland. One thing I forgot to mention is Wi-Fi. I'll put them up here. I did some speed tests. The Qantas Wi-Fi is fine, but the British Airways Wi-Fi is incredible. So if you just need to do some internet work before your flight and you don't really care about food, head to the British Airways Lounge. There is a third one you can access that is significantly better than both, at least that's what I hear. Let's see. Hello.
Hello, good evening. Welcome to Alice Premium Lounge.
Thank you. Good, how are you? I'm not going to go into any detail here, but this lounge is just a completely different experience. So you just sit. Anyway, okay.
Yeah.
All right, thanks for that.
You secure good sir for the la carte.
Ah, okay, so that's how you. Yeah.
Is there anyone joining you?
I know. This might be the most incredible satay I've ever had in my entire life. I can't believe I was saying that British Airways having satay was a good thing. Oh my god. Thank you very much. This is the greatest lounge I've ever been in. It had table service, like 3-course meal, 2 waiters. I had 2 waiters. I'm wearing like gym shorts. I'm too common for this. Anyway, I'm gonna have a shower before my flight. It's 6:58 after all of that eating. I've got a board at 7:35, apparently 7:20, so I've got 20 minutes. Quick shower. I kind of like that. That looks kind of cool. Alright, good to go. That's not a Qantas plane. They look like they're not normal.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening.
Welcome aboard.
Thank you.
4L, just come on in.
Okay.
The seat is on the other
Left side?
side. It's
Okay.
a window seat.
Thanks for
Yeah?
that. That's alright, I can jump over here. That's where I'm going.
Oh, okay.
You're right. What's that? Sparkling?
Sparkling water
Yeah,
or
just a
caffeine?
sparkling water, thanks.
Just a sparkling.
Can you? I don't know, is there a spot?
Oh, enjoy.
Thanks. Too many things going on here. 2 pillows. It's like the Qantas boarding music is the same.
On behalf of the whole crew, I'd like to warmly welcome you on this Qantas flight to Sydney operated by Finnair. The flight time to Sydney tonight will be 7 hours and 5 minutes. And thank you for your attention.
He sounds like Kimi Räikkönen.
My dear Chinese fans, I'm coming to China.
It's cool. It's kind of cool. It's a lot busier than usual. There's a lot more guys in suits sitting up here, so maybe that's normal, but it does feel a little bit different from a normal flight. There's all these engineering people walking up and down as well. Look, they still got the same amenity kit. Toothbrush, toothpaste, hand cream, face cream, lip balm, earplugs, sleeping mask and socks. Pretty standard. I do like the bags though. So that's the same. We still get the same pajamas. Qantas meal. Ooh, chocolate brownie for dessert. And this is pretty neat. This is the breakfast ordering menu. So you can say I prefer to rest, I want to drink, or I want to fully have the full-blown breakfast. I don't remember that on my last Qantas flight, so I think they just came around and asked actually. I'll probably get the express one actually today. Last time I did the full dining, but that was a mistake. I can already say this is probably a better seat than the normal Qantas seat.
Hello everyone. We're happy to welcome you on board Finnair.
So it's the Finnair
Your window shade
safety
must be
video.
open. All loose items
I guess
must
they
be
have
stowed
to
away
because
in
the seat
compartments
design is
closed for
different.
takeoff and landing.
But I wonder if
Make
they'll
sure that your
reshoot
remote
them.
control
Because it's
and
2.5
video
years
screen are
that
also
it's going to,
stowed.
5 years it's going to
If
be
you're
like this.
seated in business
So-
class, your safety belt is fastened by pulling the... We recommend using the sleeping belt. To undo the belt, press the button on the buckle. In premium economy and economy class,
There's a
fasten your
second
safety
seatbelt.
belt by inserting
All of the people in the video are so Scandinavian and attractive.
All exits are equipped with slides
And the
or
British
slide
accent.
rafts
This is weird.
behind you. You must adopt the emergency position.
Whenever I get on a plane and it starts moving, I fall asleep. We're taxiing. It's now 8:20, 8:19. Yeah, so a little bit late. It was an 8:05 departure, but you know, whatever. It's pretty standard. The initial impressions of the seat are that it's good, potentially better than Qantas. I'm not going to say anything about that until like at least we take off. But the in-flight entertainment, I can already tell you definitively it's better than Qantas, because they've got like the front wheel cam, and look, we've got like live ground speed. I didn't know that was something that I wanted to know, how fast planes taxi, but now I know. Also, another thing of note, I guess, the crew. I was reading into this before. Obviously, you know, I'm good at what I do. Just kidding. Finnair has a crew base in Singapore and Bangkok. I think the deal is that all the crew are actually Singaporean. There is one woman who's clearly Australian, who I think must be like the Qantas. Maybe she's like a cabin crew manager or something, because she's kind of clearly telling them what to do. It's kind of ironic, really, because I mean, I haven't been in the seat very long, but I think that this Finnair cabin is nicer than the Qantas cabin. So I imagine their service on their own business class is probably quite nice. But I guess it does have to kind of keep up with the Qantas service, so be that whatever it is. Interesting makeup of crew. You got a Singaporean crew and a Finnish pilot operating an Australian flight. Even the flight map screen, it's all very nice to look at. That's how I describe this UI and everything about Finnair so far. Half the business class cabin has now gotten changed into their pajamas. I don't think I actually will today. It's just too much of a hassle, and I'm wearing pretty comfortable pants and t-shirt that I'm actually not going to be any more comfortable in the pajamas. They're nice to have, nice to wear around the house, so I'll keep on taking them, but I'm not going to wear them today. And especially we're on a Finnair plane, it just doesn't feel right, you know? She's taking my order for dinner. I'm going the chicken. I've got to come clean here. I forgot to take any pictures of the menu.
This confession has meant nothing.
Huh? This is all from memory, so it's probably not going to be right. But there was no starters. There was a group of fish option, the chicken schnitzel sandwich that I got, or a vegan option, which I cannot remember at all. And then for dessert, there was the option for a cheese plate, or the dessert that I got that you'll see in a second. Okay, so I just want to quickly talk about tech. Obviously the screen is good, it's got the same entertainment. I think I've realized now that it is basically, what they've done is they've left the Finnair UI on the screen. So it's the same thing that you'd get on a Finnair flight, but they've just replaced all of the movies and TV shows with the Qantas catalogue, I guess. So it's probably a licensing thing. But I want to talk about charging. So if we open up this little cabinet here, what we've got is obviously the remote for the TV, headphones. We've got a USB and a USB-C port. Especially with the iPhones going to USB-C, that's really nice. Qantas, see, I'm trying to remember, I'm going to have to double check the video, but I'm pretty sure Qantas doesn't have, and I haven't been on many airlines that actually have USB-C charging, but I think it's a fast charger too. So I plugged in my phone. Yeah, it's not even been an hour since takeoff, and my phone's charged from, I want to say 30% to 80%. So not only do they have USB-C, it's also fast charging USB-C. I remember the Qantas flight. This phone literally didn't charge from zero. I think it was on, I think my phone was down to 15%. But I literally think over the 6.5 hour flight, it did not charge to 100%. We're only an hour in and it's already charged my phone. It's to 80%, but I mean, it'll charge to 100% in the next 10 minutes or 20 minutes. And then just to top it off, I just noticed this. It was hidden by the menu and all that stuff, but do you see that? Let me show you. They've also got wireless charging. So any like Qi wireless charger, I imagine, will just charge. You don't need to remember your cable. It's got this rubberized finish, so your phone won't like slide off if you hit turbulence. This is like significantly better than Qantas.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
It's the Qantas Sky Spritz. That's very alcoholic. Alright, so it took a little while to come, and honestly, looking a little bit weak, especially compared to the Jakarta, which wasn't looking good either. A sandwich and a piece of bread. This is carb heavy. I guess I just gotta try it. There is the bread though, and I do love bread. The butter is actually spreadable this time. It's fine sourdough, but it's not what I had last time. Still bread. I'll still eat it, but it's different. Alright, so the sandwich, generally taste-wise, it's not bad. Coleslaw is quite mustardy, but still good. Overall flavor's fine. The bread is a little soggy on the bottom, and the schnitzel is like not crispy at all. It's also just quite generally greasy. I got grease all over my fingers just from touching the bread. Yeah, definitely not the best meal I've had on a plane. Incredibly greasy. And where's the salad? This is all prefaced with I ate too well in the 3 lounges that I visited before this, so I don't need any of it. Zooming out, the last Qantas meal I had didn't look that good, but at least had some salad and stuff. This didn't look good, didn't have salad, and wasn't actually all that good. There's literal grease marks on my water glass.
The dessert. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much.
The dessert honestly looks pretty incredible. It's like a brownie covered in cream. It smells delicious. Yep, that's really, really, really good. What is it? Hazelnut cream with chocolate brownie, lime jelly, and hazelnut crumbs. Delicious. So I'm in the front lav. Very standard A330 toilet. Nice accent light on the floor there, but apart from that, I mean, we're an hour in, so it's pretty clean. Pretty much what you'd expect. Here's the notable thing. You might have remembered at the start of the video I said that this was a Finnair plane, but the amenities, in-flight entertainment, food was all going to be Qantas. I've caught them out here. C's hand and body lotion made in Finland.
Ladies and gentlemen, we got him.
I guess it's probably just what they had on the plane or something. Yeah, the Qantas ones will be swapped out once these are finished.
If you'll pardon the pun.
And yeah, this is literally the first Finnair for Qantas. Qantas for Finnair. Finnair for Qantas flight. So yeah, it makes sense that the soaps still finish. Alright, so let's go through the screen, the in-flight entertainment. I've been enjoying a bit of the Flight of the Conchords, but if we go back, if we go here, this is like the main screen. It's the Finnair UI with all of the Qantas like library of movies. I'm pretty sure that's what's happening here. They've got a lot of like new movies, new releases. They've got Marvel movies. They've got an Asian selection. They've got classics, 22 Jump Street. Really, really solid collection. In terms of TV shows as well, again, like I've been on some airlines where they have a great selection of movies, right? But then there's like nothing in the way of TV shows. Here we've got like full series of TV shows. So Better Call Saul, there's 63 episodes. White Lotus, they got 13 episodes. Succession, they got 39 episodes. It's like enough that you can like watch like a full season. I think it's funny they have The Idol, that HBO show with The Weeknd and Johnny Depp's daughter. The first episode's kind of epic, and then it just turns to absolute trash. And you can tell that The Weeknd essentially had way too much creative control over it, and his character had to be like the hero, even though he was basically supposed to be the villain. I find it funny that they actually have this on here because it's such a terrible show, and it's also super graphic. Anyway, I don't want to watch it. No. Oh, and yeah, I was pretty much certain that it was the Qantas library of content when I saw like the Batuta Advocate series and like the Inspired Unemployed. There was stuff like that. You just wouldn't see that on a Finnair plane. Music, we've got the Bluey album, so it's definitely Australian. Yeah. Is there Rufus Du Sol? Got Astro World. Oh my god, do we not have... I swear there's Rufus. So, no Rufus Du Sol, that's a bit of a letdown, especially because it used to be the old Qantas Hold music, but anyway, we've also got audiobooks. This is interesting. Oh, basically just kids' audiobooks. Oh no, The Happiest Man on Earth, that's a book that I've heard of before. I don't know if this is a Qantas thing or not. I haven't seen these before. We've got games as well. Now these look better than what Qantas has. You've got like Uno, 2048, Tetris. This does look better than what Qantas has. So maybe it's like a hybrid of the Finnair system with like all of the Qantas movies and TV shows. I do think this system is potentially slightly better than the Qantas system. Are they sure they wanted to lease these planes? Because people might prefer this over the normal Qantas planes. I don't know. One other thing that I did know, one other thing that I found out during my like quick Googling, researching about Finnair, these planes have Wi-Fi, though you'll see on my phone here, there is no Wi-Fi options. So I wonder if it's just turned off conveniently. I imagine that's probably the case because, yeah, Qantas doesn't offer it. So why would Finnair for Qantas offer it? It would almost make it too good. So yeah, I get why they do it. I honestly don't care about Wi-Fi on planes. Some people might, so... I think it's time to go to bed, so I'm going to turn this into a bed. I think I completely just glossed over the fact that this is actually a pretty unique business class seat. It's a no-recline lie-flat business class seat, and I think Finnair might be the only one. And so how it works is you've got your normal seating position like this, which is on a fixed angle. And honestly, it's an okay angle. It would probably be a bit more comfortable if you could recline it a little bit, have a little bit of control over the angle. It got a lot better when I stacked up these two pillows here, and this is all like a padded wall as well, so this is, you can kind of lean on this as well. So generally for sitting around, it's okay. I would say it's slightly nicer in a normal seat where you just recline, go into that slight recline position. Anyway, back to this whole no recline thing. So you got this sort of set position, and then if you look, we've got basically like your footwell, padded seat here, this bit of padded bed, and then the footwell extends quite a long way that way, and it's all padded, right? This of course pops up as well. You got some extra storage down there. Yeah, you just basically have this humongous footwell, like that's me stretched out fully in seating position, so it goes quite a long way that way. Ow. But yeah, that's sort of how it all fits, if that makes sense, without reclining. Your whole body kind of just fits in to this space. And this whole area gets turned into a padded bed, so let's do that now. Now this wasn't really said earlier, but there's also like a normal power outlet down here. If I hold this down, let's see. This piece comes up. That basically fills in that first half, and I think this bit kind of just it's sort of a little lever that unfolds this bit, so now it's all one flat surface. Now I'm not sure how this is going to work. This is the Qantas mattress pad. Usually it'll wrap around the top of the seat, like you'd tuck in like a pillowcase. But I guess in this case, we're just going to lie it flat. And we're going to end up with something that looks a little bit like this. I don't know. It It looks a little bit messy, but it should be alright. For starters, it's not bad. It's generally pretty comfortable. The pillows are good, the padding's good. I don't like the shoulder room, but the main issue is that it's not actually straight. If you want to lie on your back, at least in my case, my left thigh, my left knee is touching this wall over here, and then my right foot is touching the edge of the plane. So the actual space that you have to lie exactly straight is very narrow. If I turn on my side like this, then, and you have like a slight knee bend, it all of a sudden becomes pretty good. If you're a side sleeper who sleeps specifically on their right side, this is going to be a really nice business class seat for you. Otherwise, I can see why some people don't like it, I guess. I will go to bed now, and I will be with you when I get woken up for breakfast, I guess. Peace. Good morning. So we are 850 kilometers from Sydney. Got about an hour and 7 minutes to go. They've started to turn the lights on, hence why I'm awake. I'm like looking for a button to like go back to sitting position, but of course we don't have one. This bed is not bad at all. I think I got like 3 hours of solid, uninterrupted sleep. I'm trying to remember, I think the last 2 times that I've flown, the sleep has been like, you've been practically awake, you know, for like half of it. Like you're laying there and then you'll get like 20 minutes and you'll wake up because of the sound, or you get a bit uncomfortable or something. Whereas here I think I was like solidly just out for 3 hours. It's sort of ironic because I was saying how it'd be comfortable to sleep on your side, but I think I actually ended up sleeping on my back. There is like a thin straight line, if you get on the right angle, that you can just kind of sleep on your back. And yeah, it was actually fairly comfortable. This seatbelt thing is a bit annoying. All round, probably a comfier bed than the normal Qantas seat. Good morning. Oh yeah, thank you. I've been bombarded. Fruit salad and coffee has arrived. But I'm kind of laying down. Gotta actually like use my core strength to get up. This could be a problem for some people. It's time to take my sleeping seatbelt off. I think it's quite nice. I like this a lot. The non-reclining business class seat. It's really, really comfy. Okay, so in the fruit salad we got orange, pineapple, rock melon and some strawberries. It's good. I mean, it's small, but it's fresh, it's good. Now this coffee, I'm generally a fan of bad coffee, like American diner style in the glass jugs. I love that stuff. I'll drink that all up all day. Yeah, this is not bad coffee, this is terrible coffee. I don't know what's going on here. It's like watery with a bunch of like sediment in the bottom. Kind of reminds me of tea more than anything. So yeah, that's terrible coffee.
Welcome to Sydney. Qantas would like to acknowledge the traditional...
Okay, so we've literally just landed. And I've got your flight's been cancelled text from Qantas. Apparently my flight to Melbourne's been cancelled, so I guess I gotta go check and see what that's about. Okay.
Thanks you.
Alright, so we made it out through customs. It wasn't too bad in the end. Overall, a really good flight. The Finnair service and the Finnair seat is definitely better than Qantas seat for me. And the service is weird because I feel like they're all really trained flight attendants. And there was this one Qantas woman there who was just basically telling them how to do everything, like how to plate up dishes and stuff. Which is kind of hilarious when it's just a terrible, not terrible, but you know, a not very nice chicken schnitzel sandwich and a piece of bread. So I'm not sure what they actually had to learn how to plate up there. But yeah, there was like this Qantas woman watching over them and telling them how to do everything. So, but yeah, apart from that, they're all very, you know, friendly, helpful, attentive. All around a really, really good flight. That probably is the best seat that you can catch on Qantas right now. I've got to go catch a domestic flight now, so let's go do that. I don't happen to be like a soap connoisseur or anything, but I do know that that's probably expensive. That's definitely expensive.